Hello gamers. This was a video that I didn't feel like I'd need to make, but I ended up getting a surprising amount of people asking me about where the Dark Ages content is now that the game was released. To put it simply, as the title says, there probably won't be any new content from me on Doom anytime soon, for various reasons, which I will briefly explain one by one within this video. With everything I'm about to say, just keep in mind that I do and will always appreciate the opportunity that this community has given me, despite my growing disliking towards it. The first thing I'd like to mention that I've never really talked about before is that I haven't seen Doom content as a long-term situation in literal years. The reason for this is that, to put it simply, I'm not even really a fan of the franchise in general. While Doom Eternal is one of my favorite games out there, it's also the only Doom game that I've actually ever enjoyed up until Doom the Dark Ages. Doom 1 and 2, in my opinion, are okay enough, but they're dated and kind of unsatisfying to play, so I never bother. I've never had any incentive to purchase Doom 64. Doom 3 is, well, Doom 3, and I find that Doom 2016 is kind of just a snooze fest that I'd never really bother to play over Eternal. So Eternal was the first Doom game I felt any sort of connection to as a player. I'm not a Doom fan, I'm a Doom Eternal fan. So because of all this, I was worried that the Dark Ages would end up being something that wouldn't stick with me as well, which leads me to my second reason why I don't plan to make any more Doom content. Let me just soften the blow by saying that I did love the Dark Ages. It took a new spin on the more classic formula of Doom, twisting it into something that I could actually work with and enjoy. But that being said, it was a freakishly easy game. I beat Ultra Nightmare on my first attempt, and that was my second playthrough of the game ever. The skill ceiling compared to Eternal has been brought down to the floor with the removal of the crazy movement and quick swapping, which absolutely killed the longevity of the game in my eyes. Rather than wanting to play it for hours on end every day, I'm finding myself hopping on for like 40 minutes every 3 or 4 days, playing a level, and then just not touching it for another 3 or 4 days. It just isn't a game I can see myself making a shit ton of content for, even though I do really like it. And I've already dried myself out of Eternal, so I have literally nowhere Doom related to turn to for long-term content creation. My third reason, which is going to be a lot more firm, is that I honestly loathe most of the people within the franchise's community. And I'm not talking about the cringy people who recycle the same joke that wasn't even funny to begin with. I was one of those people after all, that's how I built my channel. I'm talking about the plethora of absolute degenerates that are extremely involved in this community. Whether they're mod makers, video content creators, or even staff of the official Discord server for Doom, there's just way too many of these fucking people. Now I get it, I know there's always gonna be some bad apples in every community online, but this is like a whole different breed, dude. It's kind of like someone flipped a switch in the middle of 2023 and made all these important figures extremely racist or bigoted towards the LGBT, or just straight up fucking weirdos who should have their hard drives checked. The community is just full of terrible people who I don't want to associate with anymore. While there is a small chance I'll be making more Doom content in the future, I really wouldn't bet on it at this point. And if I do end up doing so, I'll be heavily limiting my interaction with the community for my own sake. In the meantime, if you're willing to try new things and follow my other content on other games, that's awesome, and I really do appreciate it. If no new Doom content is a deal breaker for you as a viewer, that's fine too. Either way, once again, I still appreciate all the support I've been given for the past few years. You guys were the reason I was able to experience being an influencer to literal thousands of people, and I'll never forget that feeling of being able to make content that people actually watch. With that being said, sorry for the yap sesh, thanks for watching, and take care.